Hey, what is up guys? So welcome back to the channel. I've got something special today. See that red thing there? So my buddy Jin Khang, my old GTO buddy, gave me the keys to his GTO for like a few hours for me to drive and check it out and see if there's anything wrong with the car. So yeah, me and him go way back when I was still a GTO owner. So yeah, thanks Jin Khang for the chance to drive your beast. And it's been a while, man. So yeah, it's pretty fun being back in a GTO after all these years. Mitsubishi. Yep, so let's go check it out. So first things first, old school style manual, right? So wait, I think it's, is this? Oh, this lock. Sorry. So yeah, and the first thing that will hit you, or that will hit every GTO owner, is the 90s smell. Taking that 90s old school JDM smell. Yeah, I had mine for 5 years, almost 6 years, 2011 till 2016. And Jin Khang has still kept this, or rather he went back to it. He sold it for a while and got it back recently. So yeah, not bad, man. He still got the passion for the GTO. So very old school. I'm not sure if you can see, it's very low. The seats are pretty low to the ground, to the floor. And you get the whole dash facing you in this very 90s style layout. The gauges here, center entertainment display, whatever. Then your gear lever here. So yeah, I'm not sure if it's extra low or I'm just not used to being in a GTO after all these years. Right, let's fire up and see. Purrs very nicely, and this is something that Jin Khang modified. It's got display there. So the aircon works. Yeah, okay, it works. The sunroof, and that's the rear of the GTO. I would have to say this is a very underrated platform. Like not many people understand the appeal of GTO until they own one or drive one. So yeah, good to be back. So yeah, back in the GTO TwinTurbo Jin Khang's one, and feels nice, pretty good. It's been a while, and I forgot how lowly slung you sit in this car and the kind of stares you get from other drivers. Pretty cool though. So yeah, good memories. And we'll do a quick walk around in a short bit when I get to an empty spot. Right, see you guys later. And yeah, I forgot to mention that Jin Khang actually has a Giken twin plate clutch in this car, similar to what I had before. So yeah, the bite is a bit short, but it's not that difficult to modulate once you get used to it. So, nice. It's got a low valve sound. So yeah, here it is guys, the Mitsubishi GTO TwinTurbo. It's a V6 2972cc, 3 liters rounded up. And if I'm not mistaken, Jin Khang's model is 92, similar to mine. So yeah, very old school coupe, 90s coupe design. It's actually designed in the USA and made in Nagoya, Japan. And these are the infamous active Aerospoilers here, which will deploy at 120 km/h if I'm not mistaken. And twin tailpipes. It's running on 18s if I'm mistaken, yeah. Nice wheels. And at the front, right, pop-up headlights, very 90s vibes, 80s, 90s. And the hood blisters here is actually to clear the coilovers which protrude up. So instead of putting a bulge, they actually cut a hole and put in a cover to protect the top of the suspension. And the generation after this, the 94 GTO, they went away with the hood blisters and they made a bulge to cover the struts, the top of the suspension. So yeah, very Mitsubishi. So this is the engine bay. It's very compact. It's a transverse mounted V6 with one turbo at the back and one more turbo here, right in front here. It's a twin TDO4 9B setup, and what happens is from this turbo it will go out to a side mount intercooler on this side, and the rear turbo piping goes all the way out to a side mount intercooler at the side here, behind the front bumper. As you can see, it's over there. And then the piping snakes back to this Y pipe, which goes to an intake, this one. So yeah, the layout is pretty snaky, I would say. It's hefty on the pipings, like at the edge here you can see it hidden behind the rear turbo, snaking all the way, sending air through the side mount intercoolers and all the way here. You can see the piping down there. And then this is a bit of radiator hose. So I think it's in decent condition. Yeah, it looks pretty good. And same as me, I used to have a blue color valve cover, but I kept my intake stock color. Same Y pipe I had before. But I had HKS piping, metal pipings all the way through, so I got that used from half cut. So that was pretty cool. But this is nice as well, having the Samco hoses. You can see there. So this intake goes here and it splits to the two turbos, as you can see. So here it goes, splits to Y shape, and it goes to one turbo here and one turbo hidden all the way down there behind. Yeah, Mitsubishi engineers making life difficult for customers since 1991. Give it a bit of a rev. See how it sounds like. Yeah, it's got a sweet tone to it. And the burble. And that smell. Say this V6 sounds better than the VQ or even the R35's VR. It just sounds like a mini V8. Deep bassy rumble. It's pretty cool. So this is the boot of the GTO. It's a bit messy, it's alright. As you can see, it's a very low slung coupe. But yeah, I think his hood struts are not really working. It's a heavy door though. Like if you just change this hatch to an aftermarket lighter carbon fiber version, and the hood, doors and the rear hatch, you can save like what, almost 100 kilos. Heavy car. Why did Mitsubishi make it so heavy? I really wonder. So one more party trick in the GTO, this button right here. That's where you get your pop-ups. There you go. Hello. Wakey wakey. So on my own one, previously I had a controller for the headlights. I could set it to like all the way up like this or even halfway to have that sleepy eye effect, which is pretty cool. Alright, let's turn it off. Goodbye. So overall I would say this design has stood the test of time. Like, you know, it's from an early generation, but you know it still looks okay now in the year 2021, 2022. So yeah, not bad, Mitsubishi. Designed in California, made in Japan, and it's got a sister model called the Dodge Stealth, and that's also made in Nagoya, but sold under the Dodge branding in the USA back in the 90s. So yeah, this is pretty nice. Do I miss my old one? Yes and no. Like, I don't miss owning it, but I do miss seeing it. And I have no idea what happened to mine, so yeah, let's forget about it. So yeah, so Jin Khang has kept the fire going strong. He bought this car back again after selling it off last year, if I'm not mistaken. Correct me if I'm wrong, Jin Khang. So yeah, man, congrats on getting back your car. Keep it this time, don't sell it. Future classic. stress of driving a 90s JDM in peak hour traffic. Traffic jam, you're looking at your temperature gauge, you're looking at your fuel gauge and everything, and oh my god, look at that. So yeah, I've not had this anxiety for a long time, but thanks Jin Khang for letting me experience that all over again.
This car rear wheel drive or all wheel drive?
This is all-wheel drive with bias towards the rear. So at low speeds it's rear wheel drive, and at certain load and speeds then only the front will kick in lah. And it's no electronics, it's all mechanical, and it has 4WS 4-wheel steering as well, and that's also mechanical, hydraulic function. So it's a very old school way of getting 4-wheel drive in the GTO. So if you're not careful, you don't drive properly, you don't focus, you can spin.
Seems like the owner dah change the gear knob.
Yeah.
Type R nya.
It's supposed to be like a Razzo, type R looking knob. He even has this EDFC. He's got the TEIN dampers with the EDFC system, turbo timer, got a gauge here, boost gauge, and a built-in system to monitor the boost and the O2 and the knob. So the owner is young. Jin Khang, I knew him back in 2015 and he was only like in Form 4. He already had this car. So met him a few times. The last time I drove this car was last year when he came down to Subang. I drove the car all the way from Johor to Subang. Then he sold the car, then he bought it back. Now it's back with him, but he's in Scotland. So he's passed me the keys by his brother to just have a little vlog and to try out his car. Thanks Jin Khang. Right guys, so that's a wrap for the GTO's quick review vlog. It's been fun getting to get reacquainted with the Z16A chassis and the twin-turbo engine, the 6072. I have not felt anxiety in a while now, the fuel range and also the engine temperature, but yeah, it did quite okay. I think Jin Khang did a good job keeping this car healthy. Yeah, like it's good memories to be able to drive it again. And the feeling of a GTO is not the same as many other cars I've tried before. So yeah, it's a very unique drive, very unique feeling, and brings back good memories. Thanks Jin Khang for the opportunity. Catch you guys in the next video. Bye.